confession that you're my obsession. You're pulsing through me. The blood is rushing and I am trusting you'll come save me. My knees are feeling weak. Your body's close to me. I want you to come.
Didn't realise my mic was muted, my bad. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Depends where you're living. Baku Grand Prix. I am locked. I am so ready for this. Actually, the first F1 race in a very long time that I'm actually excited to watch, mainly because Sergio Perez actually looks decent for once. He's the only driver I actually look out for in Formula 1. I've also just not really interested, really, which is a bit odd for me. I watched the entire 2021 season, the entire 2022 season, the entire 2023 season, always being involved, and, like, you know, watching every session, streaming all the time and stuff, and yet 2024, which is one of the better seasons in recent times, I've barely watched. It's a bit odd, but we're here. 51 lap belter today. Yeah, I'm feeling very excited. You can see the grid. I just want to say I am experimenting with using the YouTube Shorts. I've not done it on here before, so it might look a bit shit. If it does, that's my bad. Let me quickly... Wait, why is that there? That should be there. That's... Okay. Let me just check the settings on my resolution, 1080p, video bitrate, 6K. Oh, okay, that's fine. Cool. So let me know if there's any issues with the video or the audio, that kind of thing. This is a big experiment. I've been testing it out for the last couple of hours, and I think I've got it working good. I don't really know, to be honest. Also, I can't see chat. No, I'm lying. No, I can. Oh, okay, I'm just completely lying to you. Okay, so if I just pause that, that's fine. Okay, so this is the stream. Oh, bollocks, I forgot to put the link of the website in the description. Balls. Okay. Well, if you want to use this website, the live timing, it's called F1 dash, like the symbol dash, word dash.com. Very, very nice. I love it. It's really, really handy to have. And we're ready. So you can see the grid, the top 10. You've got Charlie, what a lap, on pole for the 4th time in a row. And fun fact, Leclerc's been on pole for the last 4 times, or the last 3 times, 21, 22, 23. Lost all of them to a Red Bull. So, yeah, it could be something. Piastri 2nd, that was pretty good. Sainz 3rd. Checo 4th. For the first time this season, out-qualifies his teammate on pace. Yesterday, during qualifying, I did start the Franco Colapinto propaganda. What a driver. Ollie Behrman as well, starting 10th because of Lewis Hamilton's engine penalty, so that goes to the pit lane. Not entirely sure. I mean, I understand why you need to take a new engine, so like do it here because it's such a good track for overtaking and making a comeback. Speaking of comebacks, I do think Lando Norris gets like into the points, into the top sort of 7 very, very quickly. Yeah, I feel bad for Gasly. Not a bad quality performance. Got sent to the back row through an issue with his fuel. Ocon took an engine penalty as well, so they're both starting in the pit lane today, which means Ollie Behrman starts 10th, Alex Albon 8th, and Albon 9th and Colapinto 8th. So there could be some interesting positional changes going on in the bottom sort of area of the point scoring areas. Anyway, let me get the... Okay, hang on, let me just pause this temporarily, because I need to see... Wait. Have I got... Wait. Oh, I ain't gonna lie. On Sky Sports, it still says Azerbaijan GP, like Grand Prix Sunday, which is the pre-show. I genuinely thought I had got the time wrong, but it does say 12 and it's 11:54, so I think we're good. They're gonna have this ad break, and then it's good. What I want to quickly test is if I have this on.
For me, it's just one race at a time.
All right, shut up, Lando. Okay, so all right, let me quickly. Can I change this? What's happening is that even though I've got my music on Chrome and I've got Sky Sports on Chrome, they're on different windows, and it's capturing audio for both of them, which isn't what I want. Yeah, it's still doing it, which means I'm probably going to have the audio off, unless I... Actually, I'll do that. Let me do that. Alright, do this. I've got like 3 minutes, this is fine. Change this to this. That should stay off. Yeah, okay. Open Spotify by accident. Top 3 predictions today. I'm going to go Sergio Perez. I'm going to go Lando Norris, Max Verstappen is my top 3 today. Why not be a bit interesting, you know? Right, hang on. My whole PC is just dying. I need to try and close Spotify, but it's not doing it. Oh, God. Oh, golly gosh. My PC was never usually this bad. I mean, I used to stream on, like, other platforms as well, and it was fine. I used to have, like, another OBS open as well, but it's struggling today, but we move. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to close Chrome, both of my Chromes, and then I'm going to open a new Chrome, and then I'm going to make... How do I make a new window on Chrome? Or do I have to just do this? Right, there you go. So now I've got a different Chrome up. I can put this on. Just bear with me here. It's still got 3 minutes to go. Once I get this sorted, we're good for like forever. Like, until the end of the season. It's just because I've not done this yet. Right, there you go. And then I just need to put Sky Sports on here. And everything should be hunky-dory, ready to go. Lovely. We're locked. The stream is lagging a little bit, but there's nothing I can really do. At all, to be honest. I've got, like, everything closed that I can have closed. Right, get this open. Bosh. And then... do this.
His teammate Valtteri Bottas. What can Lando Norris do from...
Alright, I guess I'm not watching Sky Sports. That's fine with me. I don't give a fuck. The commentary's shit anyway. It's just me and my live stream. Let's go. We're ready. You should see the cars start to move about soon. The formation lap's going to start in a minute or so. I also think Ollie Behrman scores points today, which will be an interesting record for him. Apparently, if he scores points, he'll be the first driver in history to score points for 2 different teams in his first race, which is a very interesting record to have. I mean, if I had to pick, I wouldn't pick that one. But let's be honest, if he does get that, it'll probably be the only one in history for a very long time. I mean, just the sheer chances of getting to drive for 2 different teams in the same season is already rare enough. To score points in both of them, especially... I mean, obviously, if he was in, like, a Red Bull and a Ferrari, or a Ferrari and, like, a Mercedes, he could probably do it quite easily. It's the fact that he's got to try and do it in a Haas as well. So, is there anything else I can close? Right, close this. Not really. I'll just have to hope that my PC lives. That's all I can do. Right. Have this open, and this open. Then I'm going to... You right, nukes? Let me just put my live chat in. Oh, this is sick! Yes, this is exactly what I've wanted in my entire life. Like, big up, like, computers, because this is sick. Lovely. Alright, we're ready. Formation Lab is about to start. I probably will have to put a delay on the the live timing, so that it's actually in sync, but that's just something I can do. Ain't that big of a deal, do you know what I mean? And we're ready. We're ready. Let's lock it in. It is 51 laps, right? I'm not, like, tripping balls. Yeah, it is. That's good ball knowledge by me. That was a complete... Well, not a guess. I did sort of know, but, you know, still get it right. Oh, my stream's lagging really bad. Fuck me, that's an issue. But there's nothing I can, like, there's nothing I can do to make my PC run less. And as you can see, cars are going round. And actually, the live timing is ahead of Sky Sports. Fucking hell. Wait, no, that is normal. Do I... Wait, should I... Yeah, no, fuck it, I will. Right, so the formation lap is just started. So if I put a 30-second delay on, they go to there. So if I do that, that should be about right. Actually, you know what? Fuck Sky Sports. Let's make this as live as possible. Bosh, there you go. That's like almost in real life as it happens. No delays, no nothing. That is like as live as it can possibly get. And I'm just going to leave it like that. Usually, I would sync it up with Sky Sports, which has like a 40-second delay. But what's the point? Sky Sports is shit. I hate watching it. I hate listening to it. And let's be honest, if you come into this stream and everything's like 40 seconds behind, why would you even bother watching? So, there you go. There it is. Live. We're ready. Why is my PC... Okay. Just before race start, let me look at my task manager. There's got to be something that's causing this massive shit performance. Like, my PC shouldn't be this slow. It's not that bad. I used to run an extra fucking app open and it would be fine still. 64% CPU, 36% memory. So why is it, like, struggling so bad? 35% G... That's fine. A fucking Logitech capture. And also Chrome. Why is Chrome using 10% CPU? You know, fuck you. I'm not even going to watch the Sky Sports at all. Here we go then. Everyone's going to line up, warm up their tyres. I just pray to God that my stream actually runs semi-decently now. I have, I've closed yet another program. Oh, that's actually a great reminder by me. I need to get the lap counter up, because I need to actually remember to update that throughout the race, because I'm notorious for doing that. I forget to update the lap counter, so I'll try and do that today. One thing I'll also do is I will turn off my media things that flip by. That will give me some extra performance as well. And we're ready. Oh, we're so ready. You're right, Nemesis Gaming. Just in time for race start. Oh, wait, I gotta do that. Okay, nice. Okay, sorted it. Just in time as well. And it ain't like I can test these things beforehand as well. I need to actually stream so I can sort these things out. But all the tech issues are half resolved. Resolved enough for me to actually start. And there you can see everyone's lining up. So this is going to be interesting because I'm not watching Sky Sports. Obviously, you look at that and there's just like 20 cars that are all just sort of, you know, stuck together. Why is that happening? Oh my fucking god. I hate live streaming so much. I pre-plan all of this, and then it all goes wrong. Just wait until like... Oh, they've started! Oh, fuck me, they've started. There was no visual audio of that. Into turn one, what are we going to see? Any positional changes? Not a single one so far. Leclerc is clear already. He's on one today, isn't he? Oh, I think that's Lando Norris up 2 places already. Sergio Perez past Carlos Sainz, Max Verstappen. Oh, I love that. Oh, this is such an awkward start because I don't, there's no like audio cue or anything. It's just go, bosh. So, Checo Perez already up a place, Verstappen up a place as well, Lando Norris up 2 places off the start. You can see the tyres as well, Lando going long, Albon going long as well, everyone else on mediums in the top 8. Apparently there's a slippery surface in Sector 6. What's Sector 6? I don't even know. Lance Stroll, I believe, just overtook Yuki Tsunoda. Gasly up on Joe. Joe needs to go. That's actually a new like catchphrase for him. Joe needs to go, because he is mid. No one cares. Go away. Leave. Start off. Go away. Okay. So Leclerc already has almost a second lead on Piastri. Sergio Perez 1 second back from Piastri. We already see some big gaps. 1.1, 1, and 1. Alright, fair enough. Let me just quickly do one thing. I need to move this down. Wait, no, I don't. I need to make it smaller. Good. I'll have to do. And we begin lap 2. Why is there such a large gap in between Behrman and Norris? Stroll coming into the pits as well. He must have broke his front wing and like caught everyone else up. So we have DRS enabled and Hamilton up 2. Gasly up 3. Ooh, go on, Gazza. Lando up 3 as well. I said Lando's going to be in the points very, very quickly, and he's already up to P12. I don't know where that gaps came from between Tsunoda, who was behind Stroll, so obviously something with Stroll. I assume he broke his front wing and then, I don't know, held everyone up because of there's not really anywhere to go past. Gasly and Bottas fighting. Stroll exits the pits on his way. Leclerc somehow... Well, I guess it's not really somehow, is it? Piastri is now within DRS. Checo dropping back a little bit. I wonder what the field spread's going to be like. That's actually big for Ollie Behrman as well, though. I mean, is the Haas equal to the RB? Maybe. I mean, Hulkenberg's ahead of one and Behrman's ahead of both of them. Which, and you know, that gap, a 4-second gap this early on. Behrman needs to make the most of that. He needs to stick within the DRS of Albon as well, which he currently isn't doing. Into sector numero 3. And Charlie is just... Oh, Piastri's just going to have DRS, you lucky bugger. Definitely too far back to go for a move. I mean, I'd say what? Half a second before the DRS to actually get a move done? Roughly? I don't know. Maybe a bit more. They have extended the DRS, I believe, by 100 meters. So Leclerc, a 49.2. Piastri, a 48.9. Oh! Yeah, that DRS is stupid powerful. My goodness, that is stupid. Lap number 3 begins. I think, is it lap 3? Yeah. I can't just get the laps wrong. I think DRS was only available to Sainz in like the entire top 10 as Lando Norris makes his way up to P11. Gets past Tsunoda in a very interesting spot. You don't really see moves in turn 2 because it usually ends with one car in a wall. As Hulkenberg also gets Tsunoda. Go on, Hulk. That's my guy. That's my guy. And now Ricciardo's on him as well. Tsunoda's having an absolute rotter. I don't know why it keeps coming up that there's a slippery surface in Sector 6 and then in clear track Sector 6. It says that every single lap, which is a bit interesting. Leclerc's clearly quick, though. I mean, Piastri got that gap down to half a second by the end of the straight, and it's already back up to 1 second. Like, it's foul. He's cooking. Oh, wait. Fuck. Okay. My chat wasn't on. I'm such a bad streamer. But yeah, we're cooking. Sergio Perez has now pulled out that gap to Sainz to 1.4, so he's going to be safe from behind. He can now push forward. try and get within that DRS of Oscar Piastri. Fastest Sector 2 as well, by some distance as well, like half a second quick over anyone else, apart from Leclerc. I want to see how quickly Lando can catch up to Waddy Behrman. The gap is 4.1. When Tsunoda was behind him, it was 4.2, so not much. Hulkenberg just misses out on DRS. That would have been pretty massive to pull that gap from Tsunoda. Is Ricciardo going to go for it, by the way? That'll be quite fun. Go on. Do it for the boys. Is Tsunoda got DRS? No, he doesn't. Go on, Ricciardo. For fun. He's done it. Wait, what's... Is Tsunoda stopping? Or is he that slow? I think he's that slow. Wow, fair enough. Okay. So Yuki Tsunoda loses 2 places, goes from P13 to P15 in a matter of milliseconds. Unlucky, G. But the game's the game. Leclerc, 1.2 out ahead. Fastest... that's fucked. Fastest Sector 1, despite having all yellow mini sectors and then 1 purple, and he gets the fastest. Nuts. Okay, sure. Tired there can't be that bad then if we're on lap 4 and we're still setting fastest sectors. Is any... not a... Wow. You have to go all the way down to P14 before someone has DRS. That's actually kind of nuts for lap 4. 1.1, 1.4, 1.7. Actually, Verstappen is just creeping into Sainz's DRS. You can hope he gets that. 1.3, 2.8, 1.4. No one can get DRS on this track. Very interesting. Lando Norris has got that gap down to 3.6 to Behrman, so he's gaining by roughly half a second a lap, which you'd sort of expect. I mean, the McLaren to Haas performance diff is obviously going to be, like, insane. Oh, shit. Yeah, no, I'm sacking that off as well. We're going bare bones for this stream. I've just turned all, like, overlays off, just because I realised that with what's happened is that the way I set up my overlays and stuff was for the quali, like, interface. This website changes the whole interface for the race and changes where everything is. So I have to, like, change it all. But honestly, after this, for the next race, which I believe is Singapore, everything should be nice. I also try and figure out why my PC's running so slow. It's never this slow. I've got, like, nothing open. So the fact that it is, I mean, I've got OBS, I've got 1 Google Chrome tab and 1 Opera GX tab, and it's running this bad. It's shocking. Anyway, Leclerc, 0.7 ahead of Piastri. He's had a good Sector 1. Well, it's about equal, actually. Wonder how he's got that gap down. Perez 1.8 behind, Sainz 2.2 behind. Lando's got that gap down to 3 seconds, so I'd say in, what, 6-7 laps, he'll probably be right on Behrman, and he'll probably get by. Already nearly in the points, but I saw a stat that if Max Verstappen outscores Lando by 1 point, which is probably going to happen, let's be honest, yeah, if he does that, then Lando has to outscore Verstappen by something like 9.6 points per round every race until the end of the season, which, let's be honest, he ain't gonna do. So realistically, this is almost a championship decider, because if Lando finishes ahead of Verstappen, it's still on, but if he finishes behind Verstappen by like 5-6 points, the championship's pretty much done. The only chance he's got is if Lando wins every single race and Verstappen struggles to get top 5s, which, let's be honest, he's not going to do. So, this is almost a championship decider, to be honest, which is quite exciting, although not really, because Lando's in fucking 11th. Got that gap down to 2.7, though. Alex Albon's not doing too bad, considering he's on the what's it called? The slower, harder tyre. Just set his personal best lap with a 48.7. Oscar Piastri, by the way, fastest lap of the race, a 48 dead, just behind Charlie with a 48.3. Sainz also set his best lap, which is a 49 dead, so that's a very shit personal best lap, to be honest. Leclerc again sets the fastest Sector 1, and is setting a couple purple mini sectors in Sector 2. Stroll is 12 seconds off Ocon. He's gone, isn't he? I mean, I know, like, it's Baku. There's going to be a safety car, you'd hope. There's going to be a red flag at some point, probably, as well. Probably fucking Joe Guan Yu put it in the wall, or Yuki Tsunoda or someone like that. So it isn't over for him, but at this point, I just sack it off. I'm 12 seconds behind. I want to see what happened to him, though. If anyone knows, because I'm not watching like a real live stream or anything. If anyone knows what happened to Stroll, why he just stopped, was really slow and pitted, I guessed, and it's probably what happened, he went off, broke his front wing, and held everyone up. That's why there was such a large gap between Behrman and Norris. But Norris has also got that gap down to 1.6, by the way. But Hulkenberg is sticking with him, kind of. He actually went faster than Lando on that previous lap. So Leclerc crosses the line, sets the fastest lap again with a 48 dead. Absolute cookery coming out. What lap is it? Lap 7 already. Jeez. Piastri dropped a bit, a 48.8, so 8 tenths back. Perez sets his best lap of the race, a 48.6. Sainz a 48.8, Verstappen a 48.8. And then Russell a 49.5. Ugh. So the top 5 are just probably going to be a bit gone, aren't they? I mean, Russell lost 8 tenths to all of them on that previous lap, and he is starting to lose out a bit. Fernando Alonso 5 seconds back as well, which you sort of expect. You know, you've got the top 6. Technically, it's actually the top 8 because there's a McLaren and there's a Mercedes who's not present. Hamilton's been a bit quiet so far, actually. Currently in P15. Doesn't have DRS on Gasly. You'd think that Mercedes has been pretty quiet. That's the wrong one. The opposite. It's been quite fast. You think he'd clear that field quite quickly, but he's not. Lando Norris is within DRS of Behrman now as well. Behrman losing out massively to Alex Albon. He actually must have made a massive mistake on that previous lap. He set a 1 minute 51, which is like a second and a half slower than everyone else, apart from Tsunoda, Bottas, and Joe, who are all in the 51s. So you got to imagine that Lando will probably be past Behrman relatively quickly, if I had to guess. He needs to be on one. He needs to overtake cars like mad. Once Lando gets past Behrman, he's then got a 3.5 second gap. Actually, it's more like a 4 second gap up to Alexander Albon, who is finally within DRS of his fucking teammate. This is an unbelievable performance by Colapinto so far this weekend. Like I said, Franco Colapinto propaganda, #1 place for it is on the Foot Trim channel. Lap number 8. And we have a 1 minute 48.5 by Leclerc. Piastri 2 tenths back. Perez, actually the second fastest there, 48.5. And then Sainz a 48.6. Verstappen a 48.8. Top 5. I mean, yeah, you know what? We'll include Russell. Top 6 are obviously just going to pull away here. Lando Norris gets past Behrman into turn 1. So Ollie Behrman does drop out of the points, which is very sad, but we move, I guess. I mean, do you really expect a rookie in a Haas to, you know, get points? Not really. He does have DRS on Lando, though, but he's not going to get anywhere near close enough to go for a move. 2.2 seconds, by the way, between the top 2. Leclerc is cooking up something foul. Can he finally win this goddamn race? He's had 3 attempts in the past. 2021, 2022, 2023. All of them he lost. 2022, I believe, was engine failure, and then 21 and 22 just wasn't quick enough, I guess. I don't actually remember those. They were that boring. And each race he's got pole, a Red Bull's won. To be fair, though, in 2022 and 23, Red Bull had the quicker car, just in general. This time, they don't. I think Ferrari actually have the quickest car, so I reckon Leclerc can do this. 2.4 now between him and Piastri. Actually sets 2 fastest sectors. How? How have you done that? You're on 7-lap-old mediums. I don't really understand that. Maybe I just drive too aggressively on the F1 game. Of course, none of them are alike, but in the F1 game, if I try and go anywhere near purple sectors on 7-lap-old tyres, I'm in the wall and I'm dead. A 47.6 is foul work by Leclerc. He might have been told to push. Piastri 2.3 with a 48.3, Perez a 48.1, Sainz a 48.4, Verstappen a 48.6. Everyone's going quicker. Like, everyone is progressively getting faster. We started with, like, high 48s, low 49s. We're now in the low 48s. Maybe mid 48s, actually. It's more, like, representative. Fernando Alonso is also holding that gap of 4.5 seconds to Posh Spice. Well, the Williams are right behind him, actually. They're right there. Also, Stroll is catching up very fucking fast. He's going like 2 seconds a lap quicker than the cars ahead. I don't actually know what Ocon, Bottas, and Joe are actually doing. They're really, really slow. They're all currently in the... Well, they've all set a 51.3. Tsunoda are 51 dead. And then it goes 49.5. So I don't know why those bottom 4 are that slow. But I don't know. I mean, maybe the Saubers I can get because their car is horrendous, but not Ocon. Especially when his teammates in the mid-49s and Ricciardo's in the mid-49s as well. Lando Norris has got that gap down to 3.5 to Alex Albon. He'll probably catch up in 6-7 laps, probably. He's probably going to preserve his tyres a bit more now. Sergio Perez, fastest sector 2. Leclerc comes down the main straight, got that gap out to 3 seconds. Ugh. Oh. Alright, I'm liking this Leclerc, like, well, just driving really well. It's quite nice. And Leclerc, under the radar in my books, very underrated. In my opinion, Leclerc has been way better than Lando Norris this year. Let's face it, if Leclerc wins this race, he will have more wins than Lando Norris this season. And Lando Norris has had the best car by some distance since Miami, and he's only picked up 1 race win since then. Leclerc's got 3. Well, 2. Could be 3 if it stays like this, where his pace is just stupid. Perez, actually a really strong lap, 4 tenths quicker than Piastri. He's got that gap down to 1.1, as Piastri now struggling a little bit, maybe? Both of them set 38.8s in Sector 1. Leclerc's got that gap out to 3.1 now. Everyone's tyres are the same wear as well, apart from the bottom 4 who are on like lap older. Yeah, Stroll is actually catching by 2 seconds a lap on the cars ahead. I don't know what's going on between them. It's very strange. Hamilton now right on the back of Gasly, finally. Lando Norris gap to Albon is 3 actually it's 3 dead now. He's catching very, very quickly. Half a second a lap kind of thing. That's some strong pace. Although a 48.8 isn't fantastic. I mean, the top 5, 47.8, 48.2, 47.8, 46.1, 46.4, 49.4. His pace is fine. It's just not quicker than the top 5. Leclerc now with a 3.4 second lead, 1.4 back to Checo. Car, let's go, Checo. Oh. And Leclerc crosses the line to start lap numero 11. I don't know 11 in Spanish. I do know 13. We do have a team radio from Max Verstappen. I don't know if it's probably not legal to play them, so I probably won't. Hang on, this could be a better idea. Why don't I play them and tell you what he says? Max Verstappen says he has 0 ride in the car, I believe I heard him say. But there's some comms from from Max Verstappen. Franco Colapinto comes into the pits. He's the first driver to pit only 10 laps on those mediums. That seems extremely little. I thought he'd go way longer than that. I mean, I haven't looked at the strategy, so maybe it's a 2-stopper. But even then, if you stop again, you go to lap 22. Lap 22, and then you've got to do 30 laps on the hards. I don't know that one. But he does come out on the hard tyre, so maybe it's a medium, hard, medium. I'm not too sure. Leclerc 3.6 out in front. Piastri 1.8 ahead of Checo. 2.7 to Sainz. 3.8 to Verstappen. And then 4 seconds to Russell. And then, actually, Alonso's catched Russell by about a second in recent times. That's good pace by Fernando. Lando Norris has got that gap down to 2.7 to Alex Albon, now in P9. I reckon he can... I reckon P6 is going to be Lando Norris's pace. Like, that's where he can get to. He's definitely faster than Russell, but I don't think he's faster than Verstappen. Although at the moment, he was half a second quicker than Verstappen on that previous lap, so maybe the mediums are starting to go off a little bit. Charlie Leclerc starts lap 12. There you go, a 47.9, fastest sector 2. Oscar Piastri a 48.3, Checo a 48.7, Sainz a 48.7, Verstappen a 49.6. Oh gosh, that's really bad. 4 seconds back. Alex Albon goes past Alonso because Alonso has done this magical thing called pitting. Look at that. So Fernando pits, Norris goes by. This is actually a really good strategy so far by McLaren, because obviously what they're doing is they're making Lando stay out longer because he's got those hard tyres, which means he doesn't have to actually overtake anyone. He can go out, get in front, and then pit, but then he'll probably have to overtake him later, so... I don't know, what would you rather have? Go out long, or just go on the quicker tyre and just blitz past everybody? It's just obviously, if you're on the mediums and you're trying to fight cars, your tyres are not going to look too pretty. So I understand the strategy. It's just not what I would have done. And that's why I was sat here watching and not there. Also, 4.4 seconds between Leclerc and Piastri. Oh my god. That is foul. There's no way he bottles this, right? I can't imagine a world where he could bottle this. Like, what can happen? The only thing I can imagine is an unlucky safety car. That's it. That's all I can think of. But he comes down the main straight to start lap numero 13. And he is going to set a 48 dead. Piastri comes across the line and he is going to do a 48.9. Sergio Perez does a 49.1. Carlos Sainz a 49.3. So Leclerc a second faster than anyone else on that lap. Their tyre deck looks lovely. 1.3 seconds faster than Sainz. And Max Verstappen goes into the pits. Wow. He's not happy, is he, with that car? My goodness. Russell also comes into the pits, which means Lando Norris moves up to P6, Alex Albon up to P5, Hulkenberg up to P7, Ollie Behrman up to P8. Currently, Ollie Behrman, actually, he got done by his teammate Hulkenberg, but he's sort of sticking with him. He's just really slow, which I guess you could expect, given the fact he's a rookie, but he is slower than his teammate at the moment by some distance. But he's still hanging on, you know what I mean? A 38.5 from Leclerc in Sector 1. No one else is even close. The only person close is Sainz with a 38.6. Everyone else is in like nearly in the 39s. What is he cooking? Where has this pace come from, Ferrari? And that's what I was saying earlier that I just sort of stopped talking about, is that I feel like Leclerc's gone massively under the radar. Yes, Lando Norris is second in the Drivers' Championship, but Leclerc is driving better. And after this race, as it stands, Leclerc will be ahead of Lando Norris in the standings. That's what's crazy to me. Leclerc has had the third, fourth, sometimes second fastest car. Lando has had consistently the fastest car. This weekend, yeah, I think Ferrari have the quickest car, but everywhere else, no. And yet, he's about to overtake Lando in the Drivers' Championship. Now, can he go and catch Verstappen? Probably not. But it's a convincing performance and a great season by Leclerc so far. He starts lap 14 at 48.4 by him. Perez now comes into the pits ahead one lap after his teammate. Yeah, 48.4. 6 tenths up on Piastri. A tenth up on his teammate. The tyre deck of the Ferraris looks stupidly good. Everyone else is like a second slower than the Ferraris right now. Alex Albon P5 as well, or P4, sorry, that's really funny. Obviously, he hasn't pitted yet, and when he does, he'll drop like a lot of places down, but it's just funny. Lando Norris also got up to P5, but he is already 26 seconds off the leader, and we are only on lap 14. I mean, maybe you could just sack off Leclerc. He's gone, he's clear. Don's won. Is he even like... Okay, he's quicker than Piastri on some occasions. But one thing that I'm stunned by is that he isn't actually catching Albon that much. Albon was actually, at the same lap times as Lando Norris, and he's quicker through Sector 1. Sergio Perez, by the way, comes out on the hard tyre behind Lando Norris and very close to him, so he's going to get a bit of dirty air and no DRS. I don't think that's a fantastic pit stop by Red Bull Racing. That kind of stinks. Although Verstappen's is way worse, to be honest. Like, his stinks as well, because he's currently stuck right behind Ollie Behrman. That's not what you want at all. He's having an absolute rotter. I bet he hates everything. So Leclerc crosses the line, starts lap 15. What pace are we looking at now? A 48.8. That's his slowest lap so far, which is fucked because Piastri a 49.5. 7 tenths again. Carlos Sainz a 48.6. Actually quicker than his teammate, and that's what I mean. The Ferraris are way quicker than anyone else at the moment by miles. Sergio Perez fastest sector 2. He isn't going to have DRS on Lando Norris. He's going to be half a second away. And this is the thing, that Sergio Perez probably has to go and overtake Lando Norris now. Because Lando ain't going to pit for another 5 or 6 laps because he's on those hard tyres. That's why I think this that pit stop wasn't fantastic. Max Verstappen gets past Ollie Behrman. Oh, that's because Ollie Behrman pits. That's a good reason for why Verstappen gets past Behrman, if I'm being honest. Nice. So Verstappen up to P8. 2.5 seconds behind Hülkenberg, still on those medium tyres. Ollie Behrman is going to... Did Russell just overtake Gasly? Oh no, Gasly and Ricciardo are scrapping. They're going to go wheel to wheel, I believe, into turn 3. That usually doesn't bode well. I think Gasly has got him, though. Yes, he does. Gasly stays ahead. Fair play, Gazza. Good move. Sergio Perez now right up the arse of Lando Norris, half a second behind, fastest sector 1 for him, and that's what Red Bull are hoping for. Red Bull are hoping to undercut Charles Leclerc twice. So far, it isn't working. Although, to be fair, Checo a second faster than Leclerc through sector 1. That's good pace. I do understand Red Bull's strategy. They're trying to undercut Leclerc and then undercut him again in on the second round of pit stops. That's if there are any. Do you go to the end on these tyres? I don't know. But Leclerc half a second up on Perez through sector 2 because Perez is stuck behind Lando Norris. Who's that? Oscar Piastri comes into the pit. That is fascinating. Wow, so cool. Now, will Perez go for the move on Lando Norris? I think he can get it here. He's 0.3 behind. He's going for it. Is he going to get it done? He goes past Lando Norris. Sergio Perez is ahead of Lando No-Wins. Alexander says, I love you in the chat. I love you too, Alexander. Sergio Perez up to Pete. What a driver. He's back, isn't he? And watch him go out in Q1 in Singapore. Nuts. Hülkenberg pits. Is he going to come out ahead or behind Ollie Behrman? I'm going to guess behind. Leclerc still setting really good pace. A 49... Actually, no, that's kind of shit, actually. I'm lying. And then Sainz 8 seconds behind. Lap 16. So that's... We're not even a... Wow. We're not even a third of the way through. Fuck me, I'm going to be here a while. Anyway, Ferrari's just on their own out in front. Alex Albon P3 is quite funny. Sergio Perez's pace is really good. Half a second up on Leclerc through sector 1. I have no idea what the strategy is going to be. Is it going to be a 2-stopper? I would hope so. I mean, 35 laps on hard seems a bit nuts, which is double the length of the medium stint. Sergio Perez through sector 2. Leclerc does a 44.7. Also, Piastri came out ahead of Perez, but Perez is 7 tenths back. Now, Piastri is probably quicker, but Perez is right there. He's 0.6, making his way into the final sector. Piastri almost has DRS and Albon, but doesn't quite get it. Now, can Perez pull a move on Piastri? I'm going to say no, but it's possible. Fastest sector 2 as well. Leclerc finally pits after 16 laps on those tyres as now Sainz takes the lead. Sergio Perez gets close to Piastri. Not enough for an overtake, but he's right there. Leclerc exit... Wow. Wowee. I did not think Leclerc's pace was that good. Go on, wait, Alex Albon! Wait, Alex Albon on Leclerc! Go for it, son! No, he ain't got DRS, never mind. I got too hopeful. That just shows how quick Charles Leclerc has been this race. That he got undercut by what? 7 seconds or so by Perez. And he's still ahead. That man is fucking quick. Hamilton sets the fastest sector 3, if anyone cares. He's down there. He's in P17 on pace, by the way. That isn't because of, like, pits or anything. That's his pace. He's shit. We do have a Yuki Tsunoda radio just coming through. Tsunoda is asking if someone is under investigation. Oh. Right, I have a theory. So, on the opening lap, when Lance Stroll had to stop and come into the pits, going by Yuki Tsunoda's radio message, he had to... they obviously collided because Tsunoda's now retired on lap number 17. Carlos Sainz stops on lap 17, and yeah, so someone can confirm that for me. Well, surely that's... Excuse me, surely that's what happened there. Stroll crashed into Tsunoda. Stroll broken front wing, pits, carries on. Sergio Perez gets past Piastri. I am lying. Alex Albon. Wait, what happened there? So Piastri got past Albon. Perez is now trying to get past Albon. Got it. Okay, I understand. I got a bit confused then. I thought Perez got done by Albon. Not quite. We're not on that level of a low yet. So Leclerc retakes the lead, but only has a 1.2 second gap to Piastri. The Ferrari strategists are not doing any favours here because he's now got 4 cars within 4 seconds of him, including Lando Norris, who has actually managed to stick to the back of this pack. He actually gets ahead of Carlos Sainz, but remember, he ain't stopped yet. When Lando Norris pits, he will lose about 23 seconds. That will put him all the way down to P12 after these stops, which is actually barely higher than where he started. So that isn't fantastic. He's probably looking to go for a fucking bonkers one stop. So Alex Albon massively holding up Perez here and kind of ruining his race. Although, going by Alex Albon, the fact that his pace is pretty bad, but not that bad, shows that these hard tyres have got some distance in them. 17 laps. I mean, that's only 2 more than the mediums, to be honest. It isn't crazy, but, you know, if the pace is this good after that time, I mean, Lando's on a 48.7. That's really good. These... can you one-stop? Someone tell me if this is a one-stop or a two-stop. Surely it's a two-stop. It has to be. So Sergio Perez probably going to get past Alex Albon here, move up into the podium places. With Lando Norris just behind as well. Let's see. Here, let's go. Checo. Here he goes. Sergio Perez down the inside of Alex Albon into P3. Gets the move done. Sorted. Have it. Bosh. Love that from him. Perez is on a tear. And by that I mean he overtook a Williams on 18-lap-old tyres. Anyway, we move. Let me have my moment of joy. Leclerc. Ooh! I didn't realise Piastri's pace was actually decent. 0.7 behind Leclerc. Actually went half a second quicker than him on that previous lap and was 0.2 up on him in Sector 1 already. Ew! I like that. Verstappen's still struggling to keep onto the back of Sainz. He's having an absolute nightmare this race. I don't know what's going on with him, to be honest. I couldn't tell you. He's saying that, like, the ride is terrible. Which is not what you want in a Formula 1 car, to be honest. Especially round here, do you know what I mean? So, Leclerc trying to get that gap out to 1 second. Can he do it? I think he can. Why? Because it's only 70 milliseconds. It's nothing nuts, do you know what I mean? Perez 2 seconds back. Albon really fucked him there. His lap time was way slower than the top 2 because of Albon. So, fuck you, Albon, but I also like you and I hope you do well in this race. But we move. His pace is actually very strong. He's currently a bit slower than Lando, but he's way up. He's got pace to be 10th right now. 10th is currently Gasly, who is on 18-lap-old hard, so he has to pit still. Colapinto sitting P11 within DRS of Gasly. Piastri has DRS on Leclerc down the main straight. Is it going to be close enough for a move? No, not quite. Hang on, wait, no, he sent it. Oscar Piastri down the inside. Oh my fucking god. No way are they going wheel to wheel. Surely not they're going wheel to wheel. Someone's going to die. Someone's going to pass away. No, they're still going wheel to wheel. Piastri takes the lead. Oh my goodness, that must have been a dive bomb and a half, because he was so far back, and somehow Oscar Piastri is leading this Grand Prix. What a driver. Fucking hell. Fair play, Oscar. And I think Leclerc's gone for it on the switchback. And Piastri stays ahead. Whew. That was some good racing, and I couldn't even watch it. I'm just watching two little dots go about a track. Nice. Lewis Hamilton now on the back of Ollie Behrman. His pace is shockingly bad. Or to be fair, so is Russell's. The Mercedes have been really disappointing so far. They said they had a good race car. They didn't. Sergio Perez now only 1.1 behind Leclerc. He's within DRS of Leclerc. We have an Esteban Ocon radio message. He says he's struggling with the rears a lot. Well, yeah, P17, you might as well sack it off. Do you know what I mean? Perez now. Oh, come on, Checo. That's it, my guy. So close to DRS. I think he's going to get it. 0.7. DRS isn't until the next corner. So it's 0.7 between Piastri and Leclerc and 0.7 between Leclerc and Perez. Come on, you got it. You got it. Yes, he's got it, surely. Lovely stuff. So he's now in the mixture. Yes, his tyres are 3 laps older than Leclerc's and 2 laps older than Piastri. But the pace these hards have shown, I don't think that matters too much. He's actually the second fastest of those 3 on that lap. Leclerc with DRS, is he going to go for the move back on Piastri? He's looking for it, he can't quite get it, he's not close enough, sorry. So, it's going to remain Piastri and Leclerc, Perez, a nice little orange, red and blue, that's quite nice. Alex Albon's still out on very respectable pace, faster than Piastri. Also, Checo Perez, fucking pace! He was 1.2 seconds faster than Piastri that lap, Jesus wept, what a driver. Norris, 49.4, still really, really good on 20-lap-old hards. These tyres can go for distance. I believe Hamilton is fighting Oliver Behrman down the main straight, and I think Ollie Behrman actually had DRS and overtook Hamilton. That must be a great feeling for Ollie Behrman. He might be P14 and horribly slow, but for a rookie, you overtake a 7-time world champion in a faster car. What a driver. Hamilton has DRS now, but he's miles off it. He actually lost a second going into turn 1 somehow. Other close battles on track include Lando Norris, Sainz and Verstappen, 5th, 6th and 7th. 1.3 between Albon and Norris, so Albon's still faster than Lando Norris somehow. Sainz 0.8 behind and Verstappen 0.7 behind. Top 3 though, which is what we're focusing on. Piastri almost clearing Leclerc, but, you know, 0.8, he's still in there. Perez 0.7 as well. Sector times, it's still this recurring trend of, you know, Perez is second fastest, Piastri fastest, Leclerc third fastest at the moment. But because of the DRS trade and the way that DRS works, it's going to stay like this. Down the main straight is Leclerc feeling brave. He's getting very close. He doesn't send it. Lap 22 begins. Piastri are 47.8. Leclerc are 47.9. Perez are 47.7. So the top 3 are just gone. Lando Norris team radio comes through. He says he's struggling a little bit. Well, to be fair, you're on 21 lap hards. You should be struggling. I'm not going to lie. And he is. Although, a 48.8, quality lap time, really. I mean, obviously, the front runners are just going to be gone, and they're going to leave you with the dust. But, he's faster than Albon by half a second, and he's faster than Alonso. Pretty good, really. At what point did McLaren go, right, we're losing too much time, we need to box? He's still only 8 seconds off the lead, though. It's pretty solid. Sector 1's 38.6 for Piastri, a 38.7 for Leclerc, a 38.6 for Perez. So again, this trend of Piastri being fastest. Oliver Behrman, by the way, just overtook Ricciardo, I believe. Yes, he did. Oliver Behrman is showing some class on the track right now. Yes, Ricciardo has 15 lap older tyres, but you've still got to make the move and get the job done. Ollie Behrman, cracking performance thus far. The same could be said by Colapinto, P10 and chilling in P10. And now this is like the running order. He's quicker than Gasly. He's quicker than Hulkenberg. No, he isn't. I'm lying. He's nowhere near as quick as Hulkenberg. But he does have a 7-second lead on him. Perez, by the way, has had a bit of a stinky Sector 2, and he's actually lost DRS on Leclerc. I am lying. No, he hasn't. Yes, he has. Okay, he's managed to creep back in, but only just. I was looking at the wrong batch of cars. So yeah, Perez must have made a mistake on that lap. 47.7 for Piastri and Leclerc. Perez a 48.1. That is not what you want at all. He doesn't have DRS this lap as well. But hopefully Leclerc scrapping with Piastri. I think he sent it. What just happened? Oh, okay, that was a bug with the live timing. I thought Leclerc just sent it on Piastri. That should allow Perez to maybe climb back into the DRS zone. Maybe, potentially, possibly, maybe, who knows. What else we got? We got Hamilton and Ricciardo. I think Hamilton just made that move. So Hamilton finally gets an overtake done and moves up to P14, but he's getting diffed by Ollie Behrman thus far, so it's not been a cracking performance by him. George Russell chilling in P8 as well. Very bad performance by him. 5 seconds off Verstappen. 10 seconds ahead of Alonso. He's just, you know, drowning out in P8. Sergio Perez has managed to regain that little bit of performance, and he's back into the DRS of Leclerc. I'm lying. Perez has now lost DRS on Leclerc. Stroll comes into the pits. I'm going to assume he's going to retire the car because 22 laps on the hards isn't great. Nope, he's come back out. All right. Why? Raj, you alright, Raj? How you doing, bruh? I don't know. Why is Stroll here? What's the point? You've pitted off for 22 laps. You got Ocon who's done 25. Joe 23. Lando and Albon 22. I don't really see the point. It's clear that Perez is starting to struggle a little bit, though. Those extra 3 or 4 laps of tyre wear coming into play massively. I didn't think it would, but it is. 47.5 for Piastri and Leclerc. Perez actually a 47.4, so he's just hanging on by the slimmest of margins. We have some new team radios I will talk you through. First of all, actually no, we've got one. It's Charles Leclerc. Leclerc says they are pushing like crazy in front of us. They must have better grip. It's a good analysis by Leclerc, really. They clearly do, because they're fucking quick. Piastri, personal best Sector 1, a 38.2. Sergio Perez, fastest Sector 1, a 38.1. Cool. Carlos Sainz, I believe, just made the move on Alex Albon, makes his way up to P4. Lando Norris still 1.5 behind Albon. They have been together from start to finish thus far. Max Verstappen not having fun, stuck down in P7. But still, remember, Lando Norris has to stop. And when he does, he will lose about 23 to 25 seconds. That will put him in P11, P12, that kind of area. So he's got some work to do, but the positive side is that he is going to be monstrously quicker than anyone else here. And I still don't know what the strategy is going to be. Is it a 1-stop or is it a 2-stop? I still think it's a 2-stop. Sergio Perez, I believe, has he got DRS or not? No, he doesn't. Balls and shit. That's really annoying. Okay, so Oscar Piastri, fastest lap of the race, a 47 dead. Leclerc a 47.2 and Perez a 47.4. They are the only 3 drivers on the entire track at the moment in the 1 minute 47s. They're in the low 47s as well. Sainz mid 48s. Albon are in the 50s. These lot are fucking clear. Yeah, they're gone. But of course now Sergio Perez loses that DRS. He might just start dropping back now. Who knows? Sector 1's a 38.2 by Piastri, a 38.4 by Leclerc, a 38.3 by Checo. Verstappen has a lap time deleted for track limits at turn 15. Nice. We also have some team radios from Lewis Hamilton first off. His team is telling him to keep the surface temps down. And then we have a Max Verstappen radio, complaining that his brakes aren't working, which is quite an important part of a Formula 1 car, to be honest. So that isn't ideal for him, to be honest. It's not great. You know when your brake's not working at a place like fucking Baku. He is right on the tail of Lando Norris, though, and Lando Norris finally almost in the DRS of Albon. It took 25 laps, but he's nearly done it. Sergio Perez, no DRS on Piastri. Oh, sorry, Leclerc. Leclerc almost misses out on DRS on Piastri, so... I don't know, they're all still relatively close to each other. They're all setting near identical lap times. It's just Leclerc keeps shithousing DRS, and it's really annoying. So... Lap 26 is going to begin right now. Piastri are 47.4, Leclerc are 47.3, and Perez are 47.5. Wow. They are literally all equal. Sainz crosses the line and he's going to set a 47.7, his best lap of the race so far. Albon a 49.2, Norris a 48.5, and Verstappen a 48.3. Russell's also quicker than them as well. He's going to start catching up. He's only 2 seconds off this little pack. He can get involved. He can get stuck in. Ollie Behrman sticking with Hulkenberg. That's a fine performance. Hulkenberg looking to cook the shit out of Gasly, though. Here he goes. Hulkenberg up to P11. Nice one, lad. Hulkenberg is cooking. Hamilton isn't because he's still P14 and just can't do it. Zhou Guanyu team radio comes in. He says that the car is feeling good at the moment. You're not really showing it because you've just set a 1 minute 50 dead in P16. So, debatable. Top 3, still very, very close. Perez faster of the 3 through Sector 1. Sainz of his best Sector 1 though, with a 38.2. He's only 9 seconds behind, which is a tall order, but it's definitely not impossible. I just realised I am covered in nap bites. That is not ideal. Piastri actually made a little bit of a mistake, I think, going into one of the final corners, because Leclerc's got that gap down to 0.6. Perez is 1.2 back, and yeah, I'm losing hope in the Sergio Perez win. But I believe still, but it's going down slightly. We come across the line to start lap number 27, and it's going to be Piastri with a 47.5. Then we have Leclerc with a 47.3 and Perez a 47.6. So Piastri and Perez, the same sort of lap time. Leclerc faster than both of them. And now Perez is 1.4 behind these two and losing time. I reckon those 3 extra laps of tyre wear is coming into play just a little bit. Carlos Sainz as well at 47.6. He's now setting the same lap times as the top 3. Alex Albon still in P5 with a 49.1. Norris a 48.9. And Verstappen a 49 dead. Will Lando finally get this move done on Alex Albon? He's half a second back. It's nowhere near close enough. I'd say you've got to be within 2 or 3 tenths. George Russell team radios. We've got 2. Here's the first one. So that's actually some really good information from George Russell's engineer. Russell said in some very broken English what lap he thinks that Lando and Albon are going to pit. He said, like, what? That is Lando and Albon pit. And then his engineer said, these lot are going to be out for another 10 or so laps. So the top 3, and pretty much, well, Piastri, Leclerc, Perez, Sainz, Verstappen, Russell, Alonso, Colapinto, Hulkenberg, Behrman, Hamilton, Bottas, and Stroll are not going to pit again, probably. If they do, it'll be at night with like 12 laps remaining at the end of the race. The tyre deg seems really low. We also have a second radio message from Posh Spice. Say the tyres are feeling really good. 25 laps remaining. That is true, to be fair. So yeah, everyone's going to be on the hard tyres until the end of the race. We have Piastri a 47.3, Leclerc a 47.4, Perez a 47.3, Sainz a 47.3, Albon 49 dead, Norris 49.1, and Verstappen a 49 dead. Verstappen is just failing miserably. He's stuck in the DRS train though with Norris and Albon. He must be losing his fucking mind. Russell's also catching up as well, 1.4 back. Alonso's starting to catch up a little bit, but not really. Colapinto still vibing in P10. His tyres are 6 laps older than Hulkenberg, but he's still got a 5-second lead. Points at your debut is nuts, by the way. But don't forget, Albon and Norris both have to stop still. Yeah, they both have to pit. And every single lap, they're losing more and more time to everyone else. But they're going to be so fucking fast when they come into the pits. It's going to be quite nuts. I reckon 2-3 seconds a lap faster than everyone else. So we could see a little bit of a Lando Norris overtake-a-thon taking place. Sector 1s, it's going to be Leclerc the slowest, and then in Sector 2, it's going to be Leclerc the slowest again. So Perez is just hanging on, but it's looking a bit bleak, if I'm being perfectly honest. Sainz, fastest Sector 2 of anyone so far, at 43.2, so he's actually caught up by about 4/10 of a second. He does have 4 lap newer tyres than Perez, 1 lap newer tyre than his teammate, and 2 laps than... hang on, Leclerc! Leclerc for the lead! Leclerc for the lead! No! I didn't even clock that! Charles Leclerc almost takes the lead through turn 1. Doesn't get it done, though. A 47.2 for him. Blimey, that was fucking close. Jeez, alright, Leclerc maybe going for it again. He's going to send it up the inside of Piastri. He's looking for it, but he doesn't. He's going to try and wait until the next lap, but he got way closer. I didn't even notice he got that close. That was nuts. A 47 dead, by the way, for Carlos Sainz as well. He's cooking up something foul. It's a 38.4 for Piastri in Sector 1, a 38.8 for Charlie, and a 38.3 for Checo. Checo might be able to claw back into the DRS this lap. Maybe the next lap if Leclerc and Piastri start scrapping. There are a lot of personal bests showing up. We've got Alonso personal best, a 48.6. Gasly personal best, 49.2. He is still on those old hards, as is Albon and Lando Norris. So Lando Norris at the moment, 23 seconds down. He is going to come out in P12. Or would it be P11? Maybe P11. Yeah, it would. So Lando Norris, if he pits now, would be P11-ish. Going into the main straight again, 0.7 between Piastri and Leclerc. I think 0.5 is what you need for an overtake. I think 0.7 might just be too far away, but we'll see. Sainz is now starting to properly cook and reel in these cars ahead. It's still 9 seconds, though. Leclerc down the main straight. He's closing in. Can he do it for the boys? Nowhere near. Okay, lap number 30 begins. A 47.6 for Piastri, a 47.8 for Leclerc, and a 47.6 for Checo Perez. Team radio from Lewis Hamilton. He says, "Are you seeing how I have to drive this thing?" He's clearly not having fun, is he? I'm glad. Hate the prick. Just joking. I don't mind him now. I hated him in 2021, but I don't mind him now. He's chill. Anyway, what do we have? We have 0.6 between Piastri and Leclerc. I like it how the lap times and sector times don't really mean anything, because they're all... I mean, Perez is the second fastest, but constantly outside the DRS of Leclerc. He's faster than Leclerc, but outside his DRS. It's a bit mad. Someone just made an overtake. I believe Pierre Gasly has just overtook Lewis Hamilton. Maybe. That's stunning to me. Ollie Behrman's still holding on, setting, identical lap times to his teammate. Hamilton goes for the move on Gasly and gets it done. So he moves up to P13 in this race. Alex Albon's still holding on to that P5. And what a fucking drive this has been by Alex Albon thus far. 0.7 between Piastri and Leclerc. That's... I don't know. I reckon he can do it, I reckon it's actually doable. Down the main straight comes Charlie. What's it going to be? Is he going to go for it? Is he going to send it like he's fucking Silo? Daniel Ricciardo in the prime through 2017. He's getting close. He's getting very close. Is he close enough? I think he's going to go for it. Leclerc's going for it. Round the outside, turn 1. No, not quite. Still not good enough. It's definitely 0.5. If you're within 0.5, maybe 0.55, so 5.5 attempts back, you can go for the move. Now, second straight Leclerc, 0.4 behind. Is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? No, he's not going to do it. 47.6 for Piastri, 47.5 for Leclerc, 47.5 for Perez, 47.8 for Sainz. He's still dropping back and then catching up and then dropping back. Alex Albon a 49 dead, Norris a 48.9, Verstappen a 48.9, Russell a 48.9, Alonso a 49.5, and Colapinto a 48.9. Great lap time by Colapinto there. Alex Albon still just holding on. That car in the straight line must be stupidly overpowered. Like, actually ridiculously fast. Sector 1s again. We got Piastri a 38.6, Leclerc a 40 dead, Perez a 38.7. So even though Perez is still faster than Leclerc, because of the DRS, he can't get within DRS. I feel like if Perez could just get those extra couple of attempts, he's right in the mix, but unfortunate. Team radio from Lando, no wins, although he has wins now, so you can't call him that. He's saying that Alex Albon has the pace advantage. Alex Albon has the pace advantage. What world are we living in where Lando Norris has said Alex Albon has the pace advantage? Nuts. Actually nuts. Alright, next lap is about to begin. Leclerc, nowhere fucking near this lap. Perez is so close to DRS but can't quite get it. Here we go. 47.9 for Piastri, a 48.1 for Leclerc, and a 47.9 for Sergio Tequila Perez. Sainz once again catches up to a 47.3, Albon a 49 dead, Norris a 48.9, Verstappen a 48.9, Russell a 48.9, Alonso a 49.5, and Colapinto a 48.98. Not bad. Still some very cracking lap times by Colapinto. Alex Albon comes into the pits, didn't even see that. Okay, finally pits after 31 laps. So, yeah, it is going to be a one-stop race. The top four are all going to stay on these tyres. They're not going to pit again. Let's see where Alex Albon comes out, because wherever Alex comes out, he should be ahead of Lando Norris. So he comes out behind his teammate, Franco Colapinto, who might not pit again, and he's going to go wheel-to-wheel with Hulkenberg through turn 2, and actually comes out ahead of Hulkenberg. Wow, but Hulkenberg has DRS, so he might actually go for it into turn 3, and Hulkenberg gets it. So Hulkenberg goes into P10, Alex Albon P11, which means Lando Norris is probably going to come out in P11. Now we can see the pace, the almighty pace of Alexander Albon. He's back. What a driver. Quite interesting up top as well. Sainz, way quicker than all of them. He's currently a second up on them through the first 2 sectors. Sergio Perez might have also just got DRS back as well. And he does. Sergio Perez has DRS. There's only half a second between Leclerc and Piastri. Surely this is the moment. Go on, son. Do it for the boys. Leclerc goes for it. Round the outside. You know what he does. He's fucking class. And he doesn't get it once again. This kid cannot overtake, can he? He just can't do it. 48.1 for Piastri, 47.8 for Leclerc, 47.6 for Perez. Now has DRS. He's only half a second back from Leclerc. That's fascinating. Is Leclerc going to go for it on this lap? Oh, what the fuck has happened there? There's an absolute kerfuffle going on. Perez has almost gone for it on Leclerc there. Hasn't quite happened. So the top 3 stay the same. But Sainz is caught up by 2 seconds this lap. What's this final pace little boost he's got? I have no idea. Alex Albon still behind Hulkenberg. Has actually dropped back a decent amount. Lando Norris still hasn't stopped. Alex Albon sets a 2 minutes 5. What a lap time. Now we can see his true pace on these mediums. Maybe in like another lap or 2 when they're fully warmed up. And we can see what pace he's actually got. Because surely it's class. Sergio Perez, half a second up on Leclerc through Sector 1, a 10th up, actually no, more like 33 milliseconds up on Piastri through Sector 1. Leclerc so close to losing DRS on Piastri, I don't think he's going to do it. We have a team radio from Max Verstappen. I have no rear grip, the car is bouncing on the rear, I'm airborne. Oh no, he said losing contact with the floor. That's not what you want, is it? Let's be honest. So Leclerc, a second back now from Piastri. Perez is 7 tenths back from Leclerc. Interesting. So we start lap number 34. It's going to be a 48.4 for Piastri, a 48.9 for Leclerc, and a 48.4 for Sergio Tequila Perez. Sainz improving again to a 47.2, is now only 7 seconds back. Norris still hasn't stopped. Is this the lap? Nope, Norris continues. Russell going for the move on Max Verstappen. Oh my goodness. George Russell overtakes Max Verstappen into turn 1. What? Yo, this kid is so slow. Why is Verstappen so slow? Oh my goodness, he's losing like... Actually, he's faster than the top 4, but why is he so slow? I have no idea, but Carlos Sainz, this little final bit of pace boost is nuts. He's catching by like a second a lap minimum. He's actually doing a mad thing. 38.6 for Piastri, 38.7 Leclerc, 38.7 for Perez. That's sector 1 times, by the way. They haven't like turned on nitrous boost, and that's their actual lap times, and they're 10 seconds faster than anyone else. Lando Norris, when is he gonna fucking stop? Surely it's got to be in the next 2 laps. It has to be. Now, going into the final sector, 0.8 between Piastri and Leclerc, 0.8 between Leclerc and Perez. It's probably going to stay the same for this lap. Here we go. What's it going to be? Definitely too far back to go for an overtake. They're probably all just going to close up to each other if I had to think. We cross the line to start lap number 35. And it's going to be Piastri with a 47.9, Leclerc a 47.8, Perez a 48.1. Ugh. It was sector 2 where he lost all that time. That's not what you want really at all. Unlucky G. Sainz a 47.4, catches up by another 7 tenths. Norris a 47.9, that's a really good lap time by him. Still doesn't pit. George Russell a 47.7 and Verstappen a 48.3. Verstappen surely has to go sign the contract to Aston Martin at this stage, surely, or Mercedes, whatever the fuck. Alex Albon's pace, by the way, isn't brilliant. He's actually equal with pace on Lando Norris, who has those old tyres still. Yeah, he's having a stinker, to be honest. I thought his pace would be a lot better, because, like, there's only, what, 15, 16 laps left. You shouldn't have to, like, manage your tyres that much. I don't know. Sergio Perez almost losing DRS on Leclerc. He has lost that DRS on Leclerc. Those extra 3 laps is really costing him here. I feel like if he stops 1 lap before Leclerc, he's right in the mix. But, to be fair, on the flip side, he needed those extra laps on the undercut to actually bring this gap down. But yeah, he is going to lose DRS down the main straight. Zhou Guanyu comes into the pits. The second driver, who hasn't stopped yet, to stop, comes out dead last by some fucking distance. Lando Norris, will he finally stop on this lap? We begin at lap number 36 right now. It's a 47.8 for Piastri, a 47.6 for Leclerc, and a 48.2 for Perez. And his pace is gone, his tyres are gone, and Sainz is catching very, very quickly, and probably might be able to sneak a podium for Ferrari here. Lando stays out once again. He's going to set a 47.6, and it's just Perez that's in the 48s at the moment. Everyone else is lapping in the 47, so Perez has obviously lost it. Although he's still faster than Leclerc in Sector 1 this time around. Hulkenberg has just overtaken Franco Colapinto to get up into P9. Go on, the Hulk. What a driver. Go on, lad. Alex Albon right on the tail of his teammate as well. This is to knock Colapinto out of the points. And Alex Albon's pace is shit. A 49.7 on brand new mediums is shockingly bad. He is going to go for the move on his teammate. And is he going to get it done? He gets it done. Alex Albon ahead of Colapinto. Up into P10. Knocks his teammate out of the points. Ollie Behrman right on the tail end of this as well, as is Lewis Hamilton. Nice. We go around the final corner once again. And it's 1.5 now for Perez. He's lost it. He's gone. And his pace isn't even that much off. It's just Leclerc has that DRS and Perez doesn't. We do have a team radio from Leclerc. It's, is it his engineer called White Bozzy or someone telling him to keep it up? And we also have a team radio from Piastri. Leclerc's tyres look worse on the rear but better on the front, so there's some info for you. Going into lap number 37, we have Piastri of 47.8, Leclerc of 48 dead, and Perez of 48.5. Oh gosh, what has happened to Perez? Oh my, that's shockingly bad. Oh no, it's all gone wrong for Checo. And there's still 14 laps left, by the way. Like, there's so long left. Anything can truly happen. Alex Albon now looking for the move on Nico Hülkenberg. Is he finally showing some pace? A 47.9 ain't awful. Ain't great. Fails to get past Hülkenberg. Oliver Behrman going for it on Colapinto. Can he get it done? Oh, you don't want two rookies going round turn 2 together. They have lived, and now Colapinto stays ahead, and Lewis Hamilton is right on the back of Behrman. Nothing's going to happen, though. They're going to stay P11, 12, and 13. Lando still hasn't pitted. Is he ever going to pit? Like, when he does, he's going to be so unbelievably fucking quick. It's going to be outrageous. But his lap times are actually really good. He just set his personal best lap time in the entire race. So that makes me think, is Perez going a bit slower on purpose? I'm going to say no, just so I don't look delusional. Ocon has a lap time deleted for track limits. Team radio from Charlie. Box opposite McLaren. Box opposite McLaren has just come through for Leclerc. We are getting a two-stopper. So next lap, if Piastri pits, Leclerc will stay out. And Lando Norris pits. There it is. This is actually working into the favour of Lando Norris massively, because he's going to get that undercut on everyone ahead. And maybe this is Perez's strategy. Maybe he knows that the top two are going to pit again, and he can just sort of vibe. And then, at the end of the race, when he needs to, unleash that extra bit of pace. Or I'm just chatting bollocks. Just let me have some glimmer of hope. Thank you. Lando Norris exits the pits way clear. In P7, he's 40 seconds off the lead. So he needs to catch up by 20 seconds if he wants to undercut his own teammate. Which, of course, isn't going to happen. He is 15 seconds off Verstappen, so he's ahead of him. He can definitely get ahead of Verstappen and Russell. It's just catching up to Sainz, which is going to be tricky. Now, going down the main straight, round the final corner, it's 2.3 between Perez and Leclerc, 0.7 between Leclerc and Piastri. Leclerc has been told to box opposite McLaren. So if Piastri comes in, Leclerc stays out, and vice versa. What's it going to be? Piastri. Oh. They both stayed out. Oh. Okay. Is that a dummy from Ferrari, or is Leclerc just not listening? I'm confused. His engineer said box opposite McLaren, or Piastri, and he didn't do it. Alright, well, Lando Norris is fucking flying, by the way. Fastest Sector 2 by a country distance. He's gone. Literally, his gap, he is so much... There is a larger distance between England and, like, Germany than Norris' Sector 2 and Sainz' Sector 2. I don't know what fucking waffling about. Lando Norris is quick. That's all you need to know. He's flying along nicely. Unlike Alex Albon, he's actually ruined Alex Albon there by 7 seconds. Just think, before he came into the pits, he was struggling to get past Alex Albon. Now he's 7 seconds ahead of him. That's nuts. So Norris sets a 2 minutes point 2. Now this is where we can see that McLaren pace on those brand new medium tyres. It's going to be just stupid, isn't it? I mean, he's 39 seconds off the lead. What is he trying to get to? He's 14 seconds off Russell. No, he's 14 seconds off Verstappen. Fastest sector 1 by about 7 tenths to 37.7. Perez catching by a very small amount. Sainz 3.4 behind. Still catching, not as quickly, but is catching and probably will catch up eventually by the end of this race. Don't forget, there's still 11 laps left. Like, you'd think at this point, we've been here for an hour and 15. You'd think we're getting into the closing stages, but, I mean, we are a little bit, but not really. Lap 40 begins. A 47.7 for Piastri, a 47.8 for Leclerc, a 47.6 for Sergio Perez, a 47.2 by Carlos Sainz. Next up on the list is Posh Spice. He comes across the line and he is going to set a 47.1. Oh! And Verstappen a 47.3. Lando Norris is cooking up something absolutely disgusting on these lap times. He is going to cross the line and put in, it's going to be like a 45 something, or 46 at least. Lando Norris does a 45.6. Oh, wow, that's fucking quick. Jesus wept. That is 2 seconds quicker than anyone else, but that still isn't enough to really do anything. He can probably get P5, and that's about it. Oh, Nico Hulkenberg team radio just come in. Might as well have a listen. We don't show bias to the top drivers here. 12 laps to go till the line. Yeah, we know that. Thanks for the info, Hulkenberg's engineer. Appreciate that one, lad. We're almost about to start lapping people. We might actually go a whole race without any lapping going on, which is shocking. Gap between... You're right, literally me. How you doing, guys? Norris team radio coming through just before we go across the new lap times. What the fuck did Lando's engineer just say to him? Lando's engineer just said, right, Lando, imagine you've got Andrea on your shoulders saying, no wheel spin, perfect exits. Yo, McLaren are some weirdo team, you know. They're fucking dodgy. Anyway, lap 41, a 47.7 for Piastri, a 47.5 for Leclerc, a 47.6 for Perez, but a 47 dead for Sainz. He is definitely going to, like, make a name and, like, put his... What's that saying that Croft always says? Put his name in the hat for the raffle of a podium or some bollocks. He's quick. He's very quick. Lando Norris a 45.8. His gap to Verstappen is 12 seconds. Hulkenberg still comfortably in the points, by the way. I think he can actually score a point here. Alex Albon as well looking good for a point. Currently in P9. 2.5 seconds ahead of Hulkenberg. But I'm very disappointed with Alex Albon's pace, to be honest. He had the match over Lando Norris on the hard tyre. On the mediums, though, he's seconds behind. I don't know what happened to him there. He's a bit shit, but he's doing fine. He's in P9. He's only 2.5 seconds off Alonso. Doable, honestly, to be honest, all things considered. One thing I've noticed is that Perez is starting to claw back that lap time. And he's actually got that gap. He's got that gap down to 1.3 between himself and Leclerc. And that gap to Sainz has actually gone bigger. That's rare. That's extraordinary. Leclerc, only half a second behind Piastri. There is actually a move on here, and that is no exaggeration. Is he going to go for it? He's getting very close into turn 1. Oh, that's fucking close. He doesn't go for it in the end, but he gets very, very close. Lap 42 begins a 47.8 for Piastri, 47.9 for Leclerc, 47 dead for Checo.
Alright, okay. Sure.
That's pretty fast, if you had to ask me. Fucking hell. Fair play. Wow, yeah. Cool. Alright, he's quick. Fucking hell. Didn't think he had that in him. Cool. Anyway, there is still a very decent chance we might go this whole race without anyone getting lapped. Piastri is currently P1, setting mid to high 47s. Zhou Guanyu's in last, setting low 48s. Piastri is only catching by 2-3 tenths a lap, and he is currently, like, 10 seconds behind. Leclerc, by the way, Leclerc has lost DRS on Piastri. What a knobhead. And Perez is right there. Sainz is still catching, but Perez is 0.9 behind. Oh, Leclerc's got it back. Never mind. I almost got excited and happy then, but no, Perez is he's in DRS, but so is Leclerc. Okay, cool. Was that just one like little spark quick lap from Perez and now it's back to normal? I don't know. Was that lap purely to get back within DRS and that's the only reason? Because he's achieved it. If that was the goal, fair enough. All right, we move. Lap 43 is about to commence. And we have Piastri a 47.6, Leclerc a 47.9, Perez a 47.1, Sainz a 46.9, Russell a 8, Verstappen a 47. Oh wait, no, hang on. Sorry, Russell haven't like done their laps yet. Oh, can I stop hiccuping? All right, team radio from Franco Colapinto. I had not a fucking clue what he's just said. I have never heard a person speak English, and I genuinely have no idea what they were saying. Not only is he like obviously not English, so it's pretty hard to tell anyway, but that radio, they need to sort that radio out. That quality is horrendous. Lando Norris, 2 fastest sectors so far on this lap. Wait, no, that was on the previous lap. I didn't even realise. Lando Norris a 45.2 on the previous lap, 1.5 seconds up on Verstappen. I don't think he can catch Verstappen. He's 8.5 behind with 8 laps left. No, he can do that. If he does, it'll be on the penultimate lap or the final lap. Oh, no. I think Perez is about to lose DRS again, and he does. Perez loses DRS. Oh, no. Perez. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's not good. Right, honestly, I was thinking that, you know, Perez might have got a win today. Just get a podium at least. Fucking hell. Right, hang on. Team radio from Perez, speak of the devil. Woody telling him back markers coming up, things are going to get messy. I don't think you're to catch him, mate. You're fucking leagues behind Zhou Guanyu. He's obviously that good of a driver. He's faster than the McLarens. He's not. I don't think they're going to catch Zhou Guanyu. Oh, I don't know. No, I think they will. But only with like 3 or 4 laps left. So through Sector 1, you've got Piastri a 38.4, Leclerc a 38.4, Perez a 38.5. That's tough. Just gotta hope when Sainz catches up, he struggles in the dirty air. Just please give me a Perez podium. That's all I fucking want in my life. And no one else is really close right now. We have Lewis Hamilton and Franco Colapinto battling for P11 and 12. Alex Albon is catching Alonso very, very quickly. There might be a P8 on there for Williams. What else do we have? We've got 2 seconds between Verstappen and Russell. It's been like that for quite a while. And that's really the only close battles on track. We have, you know, Stroll, Bottas and Joe, but no one gives a fuck, let's be honest. I mean, Ocon is P16, 25 seconds behind Ricciardo. Also, hang on, wait, I just realised something. Wait, Leclerc, hang on, before I say that, Leclerc potential move into turn 1. Oh, Okay, cool. One thing I just realised as well, Ricciardo, Ocon, Gasly haven't pitted yet. What? What are they cooking? Shouldn't they pick this up and put on the softs? What is this goofy-ass strategy? I'm so confused. Lando Norris crosses the line at 45.5. He can definitely catch Max Verstappen at this pace, but it's going to be very, very tight. You know what? There's only 5-6 laps left, and, you know, Perez is there or thereabouts. I might as well wrap the merch for the lad to give him an extra bit of final hope. Here it is. Let's get this on, and maybe it will inspire him to do fuck all and probably bin it in a wall somewhere in the castle section, let's be honest. Get this on me bonts, and put this on over my hoodie, because I'm not taking my hoodie off on stream. You don't want to see a topless fat kid, do you know what I mean? Right, get this on. Well, it smells nice. That washing up liquid or whatever it is quite good. Anyway, we have Piastri, Leclerc and Perez making their way down the back straight, as you can see. Actually, no, it ain't the back straight, is it? It's actually the main straight. Sainz is there, but Perez is almost back within DRS. Leclerc is 7/10 back. That isn't quick enough to make an overtake, unfortunately. It's close. Definitely not close enough, though. It needs to be about half a second, 4.5 tenths, that kind of area. So we start lap 46, Piastri are 47.7, Leclerc are 47.9, Perez are 47.5, Sainz are 47.2. Perez needs to get within Leclerc's DRS before Sainz gets in Perez's DRS if he wants to hang on to this podium, which I think he has the ability to do. I just don't know if he can do it, do you know what I mean? And they are catching these back markers, but it's still not by a crazy amount. I still don't think they're actually going to catch them in time. Alex Albon on Fernando Alonso, 1.2 seconds back. He's so close to DRS. Let's go, Albon! No! Oh! Williams P8 would go nuts. That'd be really good. Colapinto also reeling in the gap to Hulkenberg. A 47.2 for Colapinto, 47.9 for Hulkenberg. Nice! That's pretty fucking good. Sector 1s, once again, Perez is second fastest. I still don't get how he's faster than Leclerc in, you know, all three sectors, apart from Sector 4. Yeah, he's faster in Sector 1 and 2, but because of that DRS, he just loses time to Leclerc. It's so annoying, but he might just scrape DRS. He's 0.9 behind. This Perez, he needs this. He needs this DRS if he wants a podium. Simple as. Leclerc is gonna, Sainz is gonna fucking fly by. He's still stupidly fast, is Carlos Sainz. Lando Norris still on pace to go and get this, go and get Verstappen. He's 3.5 behind, with still like 6 laps left. He can do that easily. Now on the main straight, 1 second. Leclerc lost DRS on Piastri. Oh shit, that's actually huge. That's massive. I don't think it's going to matter too much in the grand scheme of things, but that's still a massive moment. That allows Perez to put a little bit of a gap to Sainz, which is nice. Zhou Guanyu may be going for a move on his teammate. He's going for it. Ugh, hair in my mouth. That's fucking brave. Zhou Guanyu on his teammate. Bosh, move done. Get out of my mouth. Thank you. Lando Norris, what's he going to do? He's going to do a 45.8. He's only 3.2 seconds back with 5 laps. Oh, is it 5 laps or 4 laps? Or including this, it's 5. Yeah. So including this, it's 5. And then obviously 4. You know what I'm trying to say. Leclerc is now 1.2, 1.3 behind Piastri, as Piastri sets his personal best Sector 1 of this race, a 38.2. Actually faster than Carlos Sainz, but Max Verstappen does a 38.2 as well. Norris a 37.7, so half a second in Sector 1 for Lando, 2.8 behind. We're also looking at Alex Albon and Fernando Alonso for a potential P8 fight. Alex's pace is really bad for having them mediums on. I feel like he could have stayed out on the hards a bit longer, to be honest. Leclerc now 1.6 behind. has a stinky sector 2. Perez 0.6 behind, Sainz 0.8 behind. This is huge for Sergio Tequila Perez. Here he comes, down the main straight. I almost don't want him to go for the move, because yes, he'll go into P2, but then he won't have DRS on Piastri. Piastri crosses the line, he might set a personal best lap. He is going to do a 47 dead. Perez doesn't go for the move. A 47.9 for Leclerc, a 47.6 for Perez, a 46.9 for Sainz. That's a really quick lap time for him. Perez needs to stay within Leclerc's DRS if he wants a podium. He needs to. If he doesn't do it, he's fucked. He might actually go for a move into turn 2. Sergio Perez! No, not quite. Nearly. Leclerc team radio. No rear tyres, says Leclerc. His tyres are gone. And look at that. 7 tenths behind Piastri in Sector 1. I think Piastri's going to go and take this win now because of that. So Oscar Piastri is about to win this Grand Prix. And that will put him on the same amount of wins as Lando this season. Will that put him ahead in the drivers? I mean, Lando is probably going to... Lando will get Verstappen, so he's P6. P6 is 10, right? 25, 18, 15, 12, 10... There's 8. So, Piastri will get a 17-point lead over Norris. Oh, it's 16-point because Lando has the fastest lap. I think he's more than that behind. So not quite, but still. If this just shows that Piastri is just a better driver. He is. Now, going down the main straight, 0.5 between Leclerc and Checo, 2.4 between the top 2. Perez puts on that DRS. Is he going to go for the move into turn 1? Lap 49 begins with a 47.5. Leclerc goes for it, so Perez goes for it into turn 1. I can't even tell what's happening. I think, Perez stays in P3. I think the live timer just bugged a little bit there. Going around turn 2 now, and they have actually caught the traffic of Bottas, Ocon, and Joe Guanyu. I didn't think they would, but with 2.5 laps remaining, they've done it. Lando Norris on Verstappen. He's done it. Lando Norris is through, and it's wishful thinking in just 2 laps. But no, he can't actually. I'm lying. I was going to say there's a chance that he could go for Russell as well, but he's got to do 5.6 seconds in 2.5 laps. He ain't doing that. So Lando will probably finish in P6 ahead of his title rival, which he ain't even a title rival at this point. Lando's still too far back at this stage. If Lando is in the top, if Lando was on the podium this weekend, it's a different story because then he's actually catched up to Verstappen by a good amount. But so far, it's 2 points. You know, he still has to beat Verstappen by 8.8 points a race until the end of the season. It ain't happening. Moving into Sector 3, Piastri gets past Bottas. Bottas is now going to move out of the way. Franco Colapinto. Oh my god. Franco Colapinto makes the move on Nico Hülkenberg and is up to P10. Are we about to see a rookie in his second race for Williams score points? That would be insane. And then you think of Logan Sargent. That just shows how bad of a driver he was. Going down the main straight, Sergio Perez on Charles Leclerc. Is he going to go for it? I think he does. Sergio Perez into second. And he loses out. And he's actually lost out to Sainz as well. What? What? Oh my god. What was that goofy ass screen by me? Oh my god. On the penultimate lap, Sergio Perez has dropped down to P4. And I think there's been a collision as well. And Perez and Sainz are... Are you taking the fucking piss? Are you taking the fucking piss? Sergio Perez and Carlos Sainz collide. And they're out. And there's going to be probably a safety car to end the race. And somehow George Russell shithouses a podium. Do we have any team radios coming through? No. And let's see what happened here. I'm going to go on the Sky Sports broadcast and I'm going to reverse it, but Piastri just wins for free. I mean, that's going to be a safety car. And, well, they're not going to continue, so there it is. Virtual safety car. Piastri will win this race, Leclerc takes second, and Russell shithouse is a third. And I believe we just got a team radio from Sergio Perez, and it reads, this is what he says. He says, "What the fuck is this idiot doing, man? He must be crazy, what a stupid idiot!" In that tone of aggression, so I assume going by that, he gets put in a wall by Sainz for no fucking reason. Let's take a look. I'm going on Sky Sports now, and I will tell you what happened. Oh my fucking god. I think he literally just died. Wait. Okay, so they're going through turn 1. Perez goes for it on Leclerc. Pushes Leclerc off a little bit, leaves him enough space, goes for it. Leclerc puts him in a wall, and then Sainz takes the position. Sainz goes round the outside of Leclerc. Perez on the inside goes wheel to wheel with Sainz. And then Sainz just drives into Perez. Sainz literally drives into Perez. Wait, let me hear what the commentary is. Sainz literally drives into Perez. They're going down the main straight, wheel to wheel like this. Sainz just does this, clips Perez's back wheel when they both go in the wall together. What a fucking idiot. I've always hated that prick. Thank God he's going to Williams. Fucking shit driver. What an absolute bastard. I hate him so much. What? There's no reason to do that. So Piastri, I believe this is the final lap now, is going to go and take the checker. Piastri will take his second win of the season. If you're wondering, like, I'm currently on my knees. Like, I'm fucking devastated about that. And watching it back, that's a nasty crash as well. Sainz on the radio. He said, "Oh, what happened there? You turned left and drove into him, you balding cunt." That's what you did. Sorry, I need to calm down. I get emotional when it's Sergio Perez, do you know what I mean? So Piastri takes the win. Fantastic performance. Well done, fucking Piastri. What a driver. Medical car's also out, because that was a horrible crash for Perez. Really big impact. Leclerc takes second. Great performance by him in the opening stages, but was a bit shit in the final stages. George Russell shithouses a podium. So undeserved. But you take what you're given, you know. Sainz crashed into Perez. Completely his fault. That's not even biased. I mean, that's like 70% Sainz's fault at least. So George Russell shithouses the podium. He done it in Austria for the win. Does it in Baku for a podium. Lando Norris takes P4 with the fastest lap. And that is actually a huge collision for McLaren in the Constructors. Before that collision, McLaren were going to score 25 plus 9. Red Bull were going to get 15 plus 6. And now, McLaren are getting like 35 something. Anyway, I can't do the maths. McLaren gained an extra like 10 points because of that over Red Bull. Maybe even more. Way more than that. So Lando Norris finishes P4 behind Max, in front of Max Verstappen with the fastest lap. Verstappen P5 actually stopped on the final lap to try and take the fastest lap, but then the VSC came out. Fernando Alonso finishes P6. Alex Albon P7. Oh my! What a time to be alive. Ollie Behrman scores a point. how did Ollie Behrman score a point? He must have overtaken Hulkenberg, and Hamilton got past both of them. Colapinto as well. P8. What a fucking driver. Some insane performances. Piastri team radio after his win. This kid doesn't know how to celebrate a win. He just goes, yes. That's no way to celebrate. Fuck me. Anyway, so there's your final finishing order. My best performance of the day is got to be Oscar Piastri because he won. Top three, Colapinto and Behrman, probably. Charles Leclerc on the radio. Hang on, let me just watch this before I head off. Leclerc just says it's not what we wanted. Fair enough. So, there you have it. Now, one thing that I'm going to do, I am going to head off stream now because there's no reason for me to be here. I don't really give a fuck about the podium or anything. I literally couldn't care less. I'm going to go through the driver standings. I don't think they've been updated yet. Have they? Have they? I can't tell. No, they haven't, because Ollie Behrman has 6 points. Wait, these aren't updated, right? Yeah, because Ollie Behrman got P7, which is 6. Yeah, okay, it's ain't updated. So Max Verstappen, he goes and scores himself 25, 18, 50. He gets 10. So Verstappen moves up to 313. Lando Norris gets 13. So he goes up to 253. I think, you know, I can't be asked doing the maths. Just go on Google in a couple of minutes and it will update. But that is the worst possible end to a Formula 1 Grand Prix I could have ever imagined. As a Sergio Perez fan, the only driver that I like, you know, to have him crashed into, and honestly, I have some very, you know, minority opinions on things, and then after like a couple of hours when I've cooled down, I think, oh, you know what, I was wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. I genuinely believe that was at least 70% Carlos Sainz's fault, the way he just turned left suddenly for some reason. Sergio Perez might have actually got a double overtake there as well, because he was alongside Sainz, and Leclerc had no DRS. He would have actually got a double overtake and move up to P2. It's crazy how different things could have turned out if Sainz was like a fucking moron. If he doesn't do that, then Perez goes past Sainz, past Leclerc, and probably takes a P2, which is a very respectable result. But there's your final order. That's all from me. I will be back in 1 week, 2 weeks' time, whenever it is. Let me go find out for you so that I actually know. Singapore GP 2024. The 22nd of September. So in a week's time... Well, actually, it's not even a week. It's in 4 days. In 4.5 days' time, I will be back for the Singapore Grand Prix. I might actually be able to watch all sessions this time around. The reason I couldn't watch Baku Practice 1 and 2 was because I was too busy making a video. I couldn't watch Practice 3 because our video render took too long, and I missed half a quali because I didn't realise it started so early. So, bit of a stinker by me. Turn 2 incident involving Perez and Sainz will be investigated after the race, so hopefully a penalty for Sainz, although let's be honest, he retired, so the only penalty they can give him is a grid drop, which might be a bit mad. But that's all from me. Thank you all for tuning in today. I'm sorry the stream was a bit laggy, my PC isn't running as well as it should, and the overlays and shit might not have been very good, but that's because it's my first time doing this again. But that's all from me. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all, I don't fucking know. There'll be a video tomorrow, and I might stream the next day playing F1 24. Who knows? I'll see you then. Cheers. Love you all. Deuces.